Hello, welcome to SBL Mixing. My name is Daniel Jason Booth. Today we're going to look at the new update to StudioVerse from Waves. Now, it also comes with virtual instruments and a bunch of other features. It's got a cleaned up interface. But what I'm most interested in and what this video will focus on is the AI assistant. That's the part that really intrigues me. So that's what I'm going to have a look at today and see if it's any good. Here is the new StudioVerse, previously known as Studio Rack. It's a lot better layout, I think. This is the part that I'm actually most interested in. So what you do is you click on the presets that it suggests. So let's see how this sounds. Don't know why it's come up with a mastering preset there. What's this next one? Reverse reverb. Okay, pretty cool. Not quite what I was looking for. What if we typed in, I don't know, synth or something? Synth pad. Synth magic. Not bad. So I've got this solo guitar here. Let's see what that one's like. Does it need anything else? It's mono. So maybe we use StudioVerse to come up with some stereo effects. So one thing to note with this is that you will get the most out of it when you've got a subscription to get all of the Waves plugins. All right, Dream Guitar Bus. That sounds like something that would be worth exploring. We can see here it's got SSL, Evo 2. We've got Magma Tubes, we've got Kramer Tape and Space Rider. Let's see what it's doing. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. What else can we do?
There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we could be.
So it's not sure whether it's a male or a female vocal. It's saying it's a female vocal, which obviously it is not. What's this preset do?
The paintings of birds flying high. There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free.
Not really what I'm going for. Try the first preset.
The paintings of birds flying high. There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we could be. How free we could be. So I'll step outside and look at the stars again. I can watch my life play out from my window pane.
It's okay, it's not quite right. Let's try putting in vocals, pop vocal. Can we specify that it's male? Yes, we can. All right, big pop vocals. What's this one going to give us?
Reminds us how free we could be. How free we could be. So I'll step outside and look at the stars. stars again. I can watch my life play out from my window pane. This is the night. I'll say my goodbyes. It's time to keep an open mind. Leave my old self behind.
Some things to note. I don't mind this preset. It's not exactly what I want, but it's good that they've set it out the way they have. You have these intuitive controls, which are obviously controlling these. If you really want to dig deeper, and I do in this case because I want to know what this drive is. So you can go into here and go edit. So we can see that the drive is controlling the saturation on the J37 by the looks of it. It's got a parallel split to Abbey Road Chambers drive. Okay. So it's driving some of the reverb as well by the sounds of it. And then it's got, yeah, okay, so it's doing the drive on pretty much everything. So from the red console, okay, not necessarily what I would have done, but it's an interesting effect. So far it's been a little bit hit and miss. Probably no better or worse than, say, me choosing tags here to come up with a preset.
Flying high, there's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we could be. How free we could be. So I'll step outside and look at the stars again.
Not what I was going for. Aggressive clarity.
There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we could be. How free we could be.
Not a fan of that one. So that would be the pick of those.
The paintings of birds flying high. There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we.
What's this vibe doing? We've got vibe is tone low and high on that console. Okay, interesting. So it's just the shelving EQ. So when I'm yeah, right. So it's just a smiley face EQ. I'm going to have a look at some other tracks, namely drums. Let's have a look at group processing. So the drums coming in about here.
This is the night. I'll say my goodbyes. It's time to keep an open mind.
Let's try this first preset. Whoa, what's going on there? Processing deadline not met. Okay. No, it's not having it at all. Let's try this one. Oh, Nick Brophy. Yeah, no wonder. So a lot of Nick Brophy ones are just like ridiculous parallel treatments. Don't get me wrong. I love what the guy's doing, but there's a lot of stuff happening in most of the presets. This one looks a bit more lean. No. Let's try this again.
This is the night. I'll say my goodbye.
So it's now picking up that it's a kick. Not quite what we want. Let's clear that and use the presets. I think that's going to be our best bet. So a little bit disappointing. What style do we want? We want probably some punch. We want, say, country. Not exactly country, but bit of country, bit of rock, bit of pop in there. What have you got for us? Nick Brophy has come up again in every single preset. Yeah, okay. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Wow. Okay. All right. I give up. Let's go get rid of country, and hopefully that gets rid of Nick Brophy. Drum bus, punch.
This is the night.
Not really what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try this preset. You just saw I adjusted the input there so it's not hitting it so hard. It's just distorting a little bit too much.
Leave my old self behind. Will I wake up feeling like somebody new? Somebody new.
So initial thoughts, I love Studio Rack, not really digging the AI component of it, but the presets seem to give us a few different options. We're going to move on to something different. Let's try maybe we've got a piano here. Jazz Warm, let's try that. Dave Darlington preset. It's a beautiful preset, that one. I like that.
I'll stare at the paintings of birds flying high. There's no time for waiting. Reminds us how free we could be. How free we could be. So I'll step outside.
So I'm torn. There are good and bad aspects to this. Good in the sense that you can get these amazing presets that other people have put together and just try them out and see how they sound. And if you want to, you can dive in and see, what's controlling what, and, get a really good set of ideas. You can have a look at some of the settings that they're using and use what works, throw out what doesn't. But I don't think it's a replacement for going to a professional mixer. And I'll give you an example of that. I actually dialed in the vocal. This is actually for my mixing course. So I've got some compression on there, some more compression, all doing little bits and pieces, basically 5 compressors. And this is how that sounds.
As people keep driving to places I dreamed of, I'll still be hiding in the safe place that I call home. It's what I call home.
I like how each of those is adding something new, getting a little bit of EQ from this, quite a lot actually. That's where I would have dialed in that vocal before I then added some effects. I'm not sure that AI could get you there, especially with someone like me who's really picky and looking for something specific. Where I think this helps people is, for example, if you're a musician and you just want to get a sound and you want to get something that works before handing it off to a professional mixing engineer to take it over the line. You know, there's a lot of value in getting a rough mix because that informs the professional mixer, you know, what you were thinking about in terms of effects, where things sit in the mix, and just, you know, general taste. So you can cut through a lot of revisions just by giving a rough mix that represents what you're after, and then have them build it up from the ground and recreate something even better. That's my personal opinion. As you can see, I've had some challenges with it crashing halfway through. A little bit disappointed in that, but it is packing a lot of plugins into what is a single plugin. The other great thing about this is that you can go in and use third-party VSTs, I believe. Yes, so I can go in if I wanted to, and I can use SSL or UAD or any of these, which is pretty cool. So keep that in mind too. I believe this is free to download. And if you want to access all of these presets that other people have made, especially the people from Waves and their affiliate artists, then you are going to need a subscription. So yeah, it's good. Not as good as a professional mixer, and thank goodness for that. I remember seeing something on Instagram that said about AI taking over our jobs. Might happen in mastering, probably not that far away, but until artists can articulate exactly what they want, then I think we're pretty safe. So that's a quick tour of StudioVerse. Sorry it's been a while. It's been quite a challenging 6 months with me going deaf in my right ear for a significant period of time and changing jobs and all sorts of stuff happening in the background, as well as building a course. But know that I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'll still answer any questions that you've got in the comments below. Thank you for watching and happy mixing.